Hi, it's nice to meet you again in the management accounting session. In this topic, we are discussing budgeting, or sometimes called profit planning. Our learning objective for this topic is understanding organization's budget, the process to create budget, and preparing a master budget. Budget. What is budget? The budget can be defined as a detailed quantitative plan for acquiring and using financial and other resources over a specified forthcoming period. So the key word here is the detailed quantitative plan. It means that budget should be expressed, should be set in a quantitative value. So it should be in a dollar or rupiah or in a monetary value. So not just in a level of like we want to increase our sales, not like that, but we have to put it in the unit or a quantitative amount. And it is built for a forthcoming period. It means that the budget is set for the next period, for the forthcoming period. And budgeting is actually the act of preparing a budget. So when preparing budget, so many things we have to consider. We have to consider the condition of economy, we have to consider the expected market share, the expected customers demand, and also the capacity of the factory and the resources we have. So many things we have to consider. And budget is usually used to control the management activities, the organization's activities. That's what we call as a budgetary control. It means that we control the organization using budget. There are several advantages by having budgeting. Like we define goals and objectives in the front, and we also set and allocate the resources we have. So by having the goals and planning in the first time, we will run the operation of our organization with a good operation and systematic ways. And by setting budgeting, we also think about and plan for the future. Of course, a planned future will be better rather than we do not make a plan for the future. And by building budgeting, we also can uncover the potential bottleneck that we might have in the future, in the short horizon, of course. And by setting the budget, we also coordinate activities and communicate plans to each other, between the lower and higher level management, between the among divisions, and all of the management and operational people in the company. Budget is usually set up for 1 year plan. So if we make budget by the end of 2020, for example, it means that we make the budget for 2021, and we usually divide the year into 4 quarters or sometimes 12 months. A continuous budget is a 12-month budget that rolls forward 1 month or quarter as the current month or quarter is completed. So once we finish with 1 month, so we continue to the next month plan. Budget can be set up in 2 ways. Alternatively, we can have top-down budgeting or bottom-up budgeting. Top-down budgeting means that the top-level management will build the budget, and the budget then is shared to the lower level of management. So the lower level management will run the operation based on the budget. But when we do the top-down management, sometimes there are several weaknesses, like the top management usually make a bias in the budget. So then the common practice now is using bottom-up budgeting, or sometimes called self-imposed budgeting. Self-imposed budgeting is the budget is built by the lower level of management, then they propose to the top level, to the higher level management, and then they will discuss the budget. Then they make the negotiation, they discuss everything, then they all agree with the final budget they set up for the next period. There are advantages in self-imposed budgeting, like individuals at all levels of the organization are viewed as members of the team, so everybody is contributing to the budget, and they think that they have the budget, they build the budget themselves. Then the budget prepared by frontline managers in the self-imposed budget, so the budget is usually more accurate than prepared by top management, because frontline managers know exactly what they are doing, know exactly what they need, know exactly how much they produce. They know the capacity of the machine, the condition of the machine, so we can hope that we can expect that the budget is more accurate. And usually the motivation of the lower level management will generally is generally higher, because they set the budget by themselves, and also the manager will more responsible because the budget is built by themselves. There are also challenges we have to consider when we do the self-imposed budget, like a budgetary select. Budgetary select is a manager set the budget as at lower level than they can actually achieve with a better effort. So because budget is used to evaluate their performance, they are motivated to make budget that they can achieve with effort they can spend, but not the highest level of effort. So what the most important for them is to achieve the budget, because their performance is evaluated using the budget. So they will set the budget not as good as possible, not at the highest level. And the other thing we have to consider is the human factors, like the top level management should avoid to blame the lower level management if they cannot achieve the budget. And also they have to consider the pressure that they set to the lower level management, and also the rewards, because the evaluation of the performance is based on the budget, so they have to set the rewards that is good, that have a good influence to the performance of the lower level management. And the last part is the master budget. So when we make the budget, we have to make every aspect of the operation. Yeah. Usually the first thing is the sales budget, or revenue budget. So we make a target how much is our revenue for the next period. After set up the revenue or sales budget, we can then continue with the production budget. Of course, we also have to prepare the ending inventory budget. The production budget will then be spread to the three resources to the production, which is the direct materials budget, direct labor budget, and manufacturing overhead budget. The three budget can also be done. After we build a direct material, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead budget, we can then continue with the cash budget. Cash budget including the cash receipt and the cash disbursement budget. And finally, we will come out with the balance sheet or budgeted financial position, and also the budgeted income statement. Then we will have then the master budget. Don't forget about the selling and administrative budget. It's including the marketing budget, the depreciation budget, and also several other expense budget like we have in the next slide. So we have to also consider the R&D, design cost, marketing cost, distribution cost, and other selling and administration related costs. This is all the operating budget, yeah, and the cash budget, the financial statement budget is actually part of the financial budget. So I hope that you can get the what I have explained to you, and you can continue with reading Datar and Brewer textbook, because you have to go through a very detailed example. So I hope you can follow the example in the book. I will also try to make another presentation for the detailed example of the master budget. But before that, you can continue with your self learning, learn about the example of the master budget with your own. Okay, thank you very much. Hope you can understand the budgeting and also the budgeting process. So see you again in the next session.